Good morning, friends. Me, Daljeet Singh, available with the new retail lecture series called Wave 7. As usual, the this series include three retail lecture along with its sample answer. So try, listen, practice, and benefit. Just start.
Being amused is a condition we're all familiar with, but what exactly is a sense of humor? Well, it's something very personal, and yet we communicate it to others by laughing. Laughter is a universal human expression. All normal human beings can laugh. Children as young as 1 month old will laugh. People often laugh together, and people laugh louder and more frequently when other people around them are also laughing. Every comedian knows this, and research has confirmed it. Physically, laughter is an involuntary tensing of the chest muscles, followed by a rapid inhalation and exhalation of breath, a mechanism that releases tension. For most people, a good laugh is welcome and worth looking for because it brings pleasure and relief. Human adults everywhere in the world enjoy making their children laugh. Adults make playful attacks on their children, tickling, teasing, and even pretending to bite them. Adults will throw small children up in the air and catch them again. This causes the child to experience mild stress, but in a secure setting because the stress is carefully controlled by the parent. And when the child laughs, it's a signal that he or she has successfully dealt with mild feelings of insecurity. This teaches the child about the shocks and fears that are part of human life, and which every human eventually has to deal with. This element of shock in an otherwise safe situation is a universal characteristic of situations where people laugh.
The lecture is about laughter, as laughter is a universal human expression. People of every age laugh. Even a 1 month child laughs. People laugh louder when around them others are laughing. Laughter relaxes the chest muscles. This mechanism releases tension. A good laughter brings relief, so it is welcomed everywhere. Adults like their little children laughing by tickling, teasing, and even pretending to bite them. Even child is thrown up that causes little stress to child, but in secure hands. And when child laughs, it is clear that he has dealt successfully a bit of insecure feeling. Thank you.
There's always been tension throughout our history, a kind of tension between private development and government regulation, especially when it comes to development of land for agriculture. Catherine Parr Traill, a botanist who lived in the 19th century, she predicted that the natural beauty of Canada's wilderness would disappear because of agricultural development. She wrote in 1868 that the wilderness was, quote, destined to be swept away as the onward march of civilization clears away the primeval forest and turns the waste places into fruitful field, unquote. But fortunately for us, Catherine Parr Traill's prediction turned out to be not entirely true. The Quinte Wildflower Project proves that people can come together to preserve the beauty of the wilderness. This project continues a trend to beautify North American highways that goes all the way back to the 1960s and the beginning of the Adopt a Highway programs, the programs that use volunteers to clean up the litter along roadsides. Since the 60s, beautification programs have been broadened to include the planting of native flowers and shrubs.
The speaker talks about roadside beautification. There is always a tension between the private development and the government development. A botanist of 19th century, Catherine, predicted that agriculture development would destroy the natural beauty of Canada. Once in 1868, she wrote upon sweeping away destined clear the waste to fruitful way. But this was not extremely true. The Quint Wildflower Project proves the people preserve the natural places. The program continued till the 60s to influence planting of nature flowers and shrubs. Thank you.
One very important institution in our economy is the bank. Banks manage money for individual people, corporations, and the government. Banks provide a number of important services for you and your family. Most importantly, they're a safe place to store your money. They also provide an easy way for you to transfer money from one place to another. When you write a personal check, the check authorizes the bank to give your money to the person or business whose name is on the check. Of course, banks also lend money. Ordinary people take out bank loans for a number of reasons: to pay for college, to buy or remodel a home, to start or expand a business, and so forth. Banks provide these services to individuals. However, their main function is to lend large sums of money, for example, to corporations. When people or corporations borrow money from a bank, they must, of course, pay interest, a percentage of the money they borrowed. Banks pay interest on the money they hold and charge interest on the money they lend. For a bank to make a profit, it has to collect more interest than it pays out. Sometimes banks invest money as well as lend it. To invest money means to put it into a corporation or some other project. For example, building a housing complex or doing medical research in exchange for a share of the profits. Most businesses need loans and investments at some time, and banks are an important source of both.
The lecture is about bank and how does it work. According to speaker, it is a very important institutions that help the people time to time by lending them money, but along with money, the bank charges a little of interest along. With this, bank provides the facility to transfer money. The check written by an account holder authorizes the bank to give your money to the person whose name is written on it. Sometimes banks do investment in a corporation and some other projects. In other words, it can be said that banks are important source of loan and investment. Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. For more videos, just subscribe my YouTube channel, or for more tests you can visit my website englishpunjab.com, or for any kind of help you can call me at my given number. Thank you.